American Airlines versus Delta Airlines. But which one has the better first class? Well, we flew back-to-back with these two fierce rivals in order to find out.
Hello, Jet Setters. I'm Jeb Brooks from greenergrass.com. Two of the largest airlines in the United States are American and Delta. Back in 2017, I compared the two, but so much has changed since then. So let's put American Airlines and Delta Airlines first class head-to-head.
Here's the plan. We'll fly from Dallas to Las Vegas with American Airlines. It's a journey of over 2 hours on board an Airbus A321. From there, we'll pick up a Delta flight to Atlanta. That'll take a bit more than 3 hours on a Boeing 737-900. OG subscribers will remember there was a pretty clear winner back in 2017, but something tells me it'll be a bit tighter this go around. Here's a quirk of domestic first class on these two airlines. Neither provides access to their lounges with first class tickets. Let's head to the gate instead. Unfortunately, this airplane ended up with some kind of unfixable mechanical problem, which meant a gate change. When we arrived at our new gate, we had to wait for another airplane to get towed in. We were thankful for an innovative gate agent who worked around a broken public address system. Now, these are challenges that could hit any flight on any airline, so let's just get on board. American's first class cabin has a classic gray color scheme that feels timeless to me. This is a refreshed cabin with newer slimline seats. There's plenty of room under the seat in front of you for a carry-on bag. You'll find a small tray here and another one here. Those are for pre-departure beverages, which American Airlines does not currently offer in first class. Here's some additional storage along with a universal plug. There's a USB charger in the seat back. The A321 first class seat offers 37 inches of pitch. Now, that's the distance from a point on the seat in front of it to the same point on my seat. It's 21 inches wide. It offers plenty of recline for a daytime flight like this one. There's an air vent, reading lights, and a flight attendant call button above. This flight departed Dallas midday. What time do you generally like to fly? I like the mornings because there tend to be fewer delays, but let us know in the comments. Do you like morning, noon, or nighttime departures? After a relatively quick taxi, we were on the runway and airborne. American Airlines opted not to put entertainment screens in their seatbacks. Instead, they've gone with streaming entertainment, which you're able to access on your own device. To make that even easier, they include this mechanism to hold your device. I wonder how these are going to stand the test of time, but mine worked really well. There are plenty of options, and as long as you have a tablet or a phone with you, you'll find something to entertain you among these choices. The device holder also meant I was able to pull out the standard-sized tray table, plug in my laptop, and get some work done while watching a movie. Internet access was available, and for $19 I was able to access it. Although $19 did seem kind of high for 2 hours, it's next-generation Viasat internet. It was fast and offered a solid connection. Service began with drinks. At American Airlines, if you order a cocktail, you'll get to mix it yourself. I opted for a gin and tonic. Lunch came covered in saran wrap on a single tray. We were offered 2 cold choices, either a vegetarian grain salad or the steak salad. It was much better than I expected, and accompanied by a small side salad and potato salad. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Avoid exploding salad dressing by poking the top with your fork before you open it. Service on board was great. Our flight attendant was up and around in the aisle, checking on us regularly. Service on board all in was really efficient and proactive. Our trays didn't sit around too long, and any crew member who passed by, not just our dedicated first-class flight attendant, anyone, took empty cups and cans. It was great service by any measure. Approaches into Las Vegas are always fun. I love catching a glimpse of the Hoover Dam, although it's sad to see Lake Mead so low. Before long, we were on the ground.
Welcome to Las Vegas. The local time is 3:33 p.m.
Next up, Delta.
Well, that's American Airlines. Now it's Delta's turn. Let's see how they handle first-class service these days.
Although the last flight was on board an Airbus and this one is on a Boeing, I'm not going to weigh in on that great debate. Instead, let's head to the gate and hop on board.
Suzanne, can't help but notice the United pin on your bag. Why did we not include United in this comparison?
Because they would have been far and away the best, obviously. Like, it wouldn't have been much of a competition, really.
As you can see, she's a United fan.
This flight boarded on time and offers a very different look than American. Delta's cabin is a bright and cheery blue with red accents. The seats look more plush than American's. Again, plenty of room under the seat in front of you for a carry-on bag. The seats on this 737-900 offer the same 37 inches of pitch and 21 inches of width. Again, plenty of recline for a daytime flight. Delta has opted to put screens into their seat backs, which may make this option more appealing for those passengers who don't travel with tablets. There are universal plugs here, and the seat backs have USB plugs and headphone jacks. There are plenty of pockets for storage in the seats. Tray tables are in the armrests, and we'll take a closer look at them once we're in the air. Prior to boarding, flight attendants put a small bottle of water at each first-class seat. Not quite the same as the pre-departure service of the before times, but very nice nonetheless. There are air vents, lights, and a flight attendant call button at each seat. Before long, we were on our way. Our morning departure from Las Vegas offered spectacular views of the Strip and the beautiful desert landscape beyond. Having a screen built into the seatback is, from a passenger experience perspective, very nice. There were plenty of choices and a moving map feature. That was helpful to keep track of our progress and even identify cities and landmarks below us as we made our progress east. The light and clouds gave an almost mysterious vibe to our departure. So, I pulled out my trade table. I decided to connect to the internet. The airplane offered the same next-generation Viasat access, but at a far more reasonable $5. I'm not sure if this is some kind of introductory pricing, but it's a far better deal than American Airlines offer. Remember, they charge $19 for the same internet. Delta's CEO, Ed Bastian, has said he wants in-flight Wi-Fi to come at no additional cost to passengers. But the technology just can't support everyone on board streaming at the same time, at least not yet. Maybe this technology is a step in the right direction. I like being able to work on my laptop and watch a movie at the same time, which is possible on both American and Delta. But to do it on American, you'll have to travel with two devices. Service began with drinks. I opted for another bottle of water. This was a morning flight, so that meant breakfast. We were offered a choice of banana bread with ricotta cheese, charcuterie, or overnight oats with chia, blueberries, and mango. All the options came in these boxes, which make the meals feel a little bit like opening a present on Christmas morning. I opted for the charcuterie, which included various meats and some cheeses, along with some soggy almonds. Suzanne asked for some orange juice, which, like all drinks on board Delta, was served in a plastic cup. To eat, she chose the overnight oats, which she said were tasty, but a bit too watery. Our excellent first-class flight attendant expressed his desire to return to Delta's old catering, and I agree. These boxes have had their time in the sun. Hopefully, Delta's truly world-class catering from the before times can return sometime soon. About halfway through the flight, we were offered a selection of snacks from a basket. I mentioned our flight attendant, and he really was excellent. One of the best I've encountered with Delta in a couple of years. He never really sat down. He was always up in the aisle checking on us. On one of his passes, he asked if we needed anything else. Suzanne asked for a Bloody Mary. I requested a gin and tonic. Unlike American, he mixed the drinks for us and brought them to our seats. Before long, we were on our final approach into Atlanta. The best way I know to compare these two experiences is to use the Jeb score matrix. We'll look at each experience using the 5 factors: lounge, seat, food, the entertainment, and the service. First, neither airline provides access to their lounges for first-class passengers. For that, you'll need to fly with Alaska. So, no winner here. Second, the seats. They offer similar comfort and space, but I find the additional storage American offers in their well-designed first-class seat to be helpful. That's the only real differentiator here. That's a checkmark for American. The food on both airlines just is not as good as it was in the before times. I mean, look at these meals from that first comparison back in 2017. But what they offer today is way better than in 2020. Delta used to offer a pile of crackers, cookies, and other snacks, while American provided sad sandwiches. But today, American's tray just felt a bit more first class than Delta's box. Another check for American. When it comes to entertainment, both offered plenty of choices and great internet. Delta's pricing was better, and having a built-in screen saves the need to carry an additional device. That's worth a lot, at least in my book. Checkmark to Delta here. In terms of service, our flight attendants on both flights were truly excellent, but I'd have to give the edge to Delta. Our main flight attendant just never sat down. He was constantly in the aisle, checking on passengers and offering that truly proactive Southern hospitality that made Delta famous. I'm so glad to see that back. That leaves this experiment as a draw. It really depends on what's important to you. Do you prefer seatback entertainment or a slightly nicer meal? Let us know in the comments which airline you're most likely to book.
Between now and the next time, see you in the sky.